As employers, you naturally pay a lot of attention to resumes and interviews. So let's focus on military spouse resumes and interviewing military spouses just for a few minutes. The typical resume and application process may put military spouse job candidates at a disadvantage or eliminate them from consideration before they even have a chance to compete. As discussed in an earlier module, they often may have gaps in their resumes due to relocations demanded by the military. And you may not see the linear growth in responsibility and position titles that you expect from your civilian applicants. However, by understanding the challenges they often face and that their resumes do not necessarily reflect their skills and the value they can bring to you, you will benefit from giving them a chance to come in for that personal interview. Try not to make assumptions about the length of time, pay expectations, resume gaps, or periods of unemployment without discussing these issues with a potential job candidate. Where possible, focus on transferable skills and the ability to adapt and learn as opposed to specific job experience. Once you do decide to interview a military spouse, it's important to give them the opportunity to describe how hiring them will benefit your organization. Many spouses are not aware that they should list volunteer service on their resumes. Even if none is listed, ask them what volunteer work they might have been involved with. Often, the volunteer services they performed demonstrate the same skills required in many businesses. For example, clear communication skills, organizational management, leadership, handling budgets, and things like that. Finally, inquire how your job opening fits their past experience and their future career goals. Military spouses have diverse backgrounds and are used to managing numerous projects at the same time, and they may be a great fit for your needs. Their transferable skills may become apparent and even an asset upon further discussion. Here's how I like to sum up a lot of these points in a couple of sentences. Common features of military spouse resumes often include short job duration, certifications in lieu of education, employment that's unrelated to educational background or level of education, an unclear demonstration of advancement or increasing responsibilities over time, and more volunteer rather than paid work experience. Give them a chance to explain these issues. Now, let's talk about a few myths around military spouse employment. We're going to discuss 3 specific myths. The first one, myth number 1. Military spouses do not have job or employment experience. And I don't know why this is out there. The truth is, military spouses who do not have a typically linear resume still have lots of skills that employers value. Spouses' extensive volunteer experience is usually indicative of lots of workplace skills. And myth number 2. Military spouses have employment gaps in their resume because they lack commitment. That's far from the truth. And the truth is, just like civilians, there are often great reasons for these gaps and career shifts. You should certainly inquire about them. That might be the best question you ask during an interview. If a military service member has been on active duty long enough, they will have moved several times. In fact, military families typically move every 3 to 4 years, sometimes every 2 years. Of course, each of these moves means that the spouse had to look for another job. Far from being a warning sign, these career changes demonstrate their resourcefulness and resilience and give military spouses a wide variety of experiences that they bring with them to their new jobs. Now, myth number 3. military spouses don't have a strong educational background. Of course, that's false. And the truth is, more than 85% of military spouses have completed some college coursework, way higher than the national average. 25% have attained a bachelor's degree, and 10% have an advanced degree. Military spouses are actually commonly underemployed in regard to their educational qualifications.